Okay, so we have that movie as the title that I couldn't think of the name. I didn't watch it recently, but I remember it very well. And I suggest you all watch it if you haven't. There's confirmation to go ahead and watch it. We have Explore Your Options from St. Michael. We have Explore Your Options. I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way. We're going to use St. Michael, and we're going to use my favorite deck, which is the Mage Tarot deck. And the thumbnail is a picture of my crystals, my red love candle, which we're going to light right now. We all want love, don't we? Yeah, we all want love, so you got to have faith. Look at that bright white light with the smoke. And there's the red candle. All right, Joshua's on the live. I bet you Joshua wants love, right? Someone to share your life with. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about love. We're going to talk a little bit about getting out of the matrix with Obey. Put on them sunglasses in the movie, but in real life, I don't like to wear sunglasses. I like to get the DNA activation. Okay, so Joshua says, yes, ma'am, and it's really true. We all want love, but all of us are going to get different kinds of love because we're finishing out the movie. So some of you are going to get a mission partner to help you go to your next level. Try to really remember that you're with your ancient one, you're with your twin flame, your soul togetherness, 5D and higher. Okay, so really try to remember that, because what we're really doing right now is we're actors acting out the rest of the movie. I know I told you we're not actors, but I'm using that for an example of we're finishing this movie, this really intense, what do you call it? Mission. Okay, so we're getting rid of the evil once and for all. We're trying to rein in the 1,000 years of peace. We're trying to bring in the new earth, all the new systems. So whatever your belief is in that area, I want you to take it to that point as the final ending of the movie, right? And we're at like that last chapter of the movie. So we need mission partners in this realm so that we can continue the movie. Okay, so it's kind of like you're an actor in Hollywood, you're finishing out the last scene, and they bring in your counterpart that is playing your 5D partner, and they call them body doubles, they call them fill-ins, right? And that's what we're getting right now. We're at that part where we're finishing this up. 5D and higher, 5-dimensional and higher, you're already intact with everybody. We've already closed out that cycle. Okay, so 6th dimension, 7th dimension, 8th dimension, and on. You're already fine. It's just this fucked up part of the movie that we're trying to finish. Okay, so just because you're with somebody that isn't your ancient one, don't close the door on them or her, okay? But continue moving forward. Another thing I'm supposed to tell you is to explore your options from St. Michael. And what he's trying to say there is he's trying to say that if you can think of it the way I just explained it, it would be a lot easier, okay? You're not going to not go to Hollywood and not do your final scene because it's not your husband or it's not your wife or it's not your soul partner from 5D and higher. You're just going to take the movie and you're going to play it out. And that's what I'm asking you guys to do right now, is to just play the movie out. Be authentic 100%. Because if you're not, they're not going to keep you. Okay? But what I'm saying is, don't you run the show. If somebody comes in your life and you're there to get them to their next level, then do it. Okay, so that was kind of deep, but that's what Astro wanted me to tell you. And they also wanted me to tell you to watch that movie if you have not. Okay, St. Michael says, ask him to help you with the situation. Okay, he wants you to help. He wants to help you just like I want to help you. That's why I'm trying to explain this to you in the best way I can, which is very hard. It's really hard to explain a 5-dimensional and higher movie coming in 2, 3, and 4D. But I'm trying, and that's all we can do, okay? So we've got ask your angels for help, and then pay attention to astro dreams. Write down your astro remembrances. Listen to my station daily, because I'll tell you what we're doing in astro, or I'll tell you what their message is. I also channel St. Michael, as you know. Okay, he says, let go of fear now. So we need to let go of that fear and move forward in faith. Now, if you can really live in the hour and you can really live in the day, what happens is the spirit world unfolds your script. Just as if you were in Hollywood and they handed you a script, even though you don't have a physical script, God will hand you the script. I am not thinking about tomorrow. Today is today, and I'm thinking about this moment and this hour. That's why I'm always live. That's why I'm never edited, because everything just is what it is. It's a hard way to live. We were programmed so differently, but remember, we're axing the matrix. We're leaving the matrix thinking. So when I'm talking to you, I'm always teaching you how to get out of the matrix, how to not think like the matrix. So even if you're at a 9-to-5 job that you are going to leave soon because you're going to be more awakened and more pushed to go off on your own, what's happening is you still can live in the moment, in the second, in the hour. There's no excuses that you cannot live in the moment and in the hour. None. It's just that you don't. You're already thinking about what you're going to do later. You're already thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow. I've already gave you a movie to watch and you're already wondering what time you can schedule that in. Which is good. We have to have goals. We have to have plans, or we don't get nothing done, right? But then come back and live in the moment. So I can say, okay, tomorrow I plan on doing X, Y, Z. Today I plan on doing A, B, C. But right now I'm doing my live and I'm 100% in the moment. Okay, so let go of fear now. Now on the top of the deck, he says, positive thoughts create positive results. So stay positive. What can happen to you? Like yesterday, my cards got peed on. That was pee, okay? And my cards got peed on. I get pissed on all the time, right? Okay, I got peed on. My cards got peed on. I never once yelled at my cat. Never once. Because one, it's not going to do anything to the situation. The situation's already happened. You can look at him and say, no, that was naughty, and then clean it up. But what's the point of beating your cat or yelling at your cat? Or, again, which I told you a couple days ago, I said, how do you react when something doesn't go your way? Do you get angry? Do you get upset? Do you get negative? Those are all signs that you're not on the highest timeline. So you just live in the solution. What's the solution? I was on a live, so my solution for most people would have been shut off the live, clean the cards, come back, and maybe not even talk about it, right? Well, that's not authentic, that's not live, and that's edited. Okay, that's not me. What you see is what you get. And I'm trying to get you guys to be that way. It's not easy to break out of the matrix. obey, right? Obey this, do that, do this, do that. Prayer will help the situation, St. Michael says. Okay? This ain't easy, but it can be done. I'm living proof it can be done. Self-respect. How much self-respect do you have? Respect comes from within. I have so much self-respect that I will tell you, I will tell anybody that I see only the truth. Only truth. They may not like it. It may hurt, but it's the truth. Okay? And then we have make a commitment. So St. Michael's just saying that whether it's job related, love related, it can be something as simple as I'm going to watch Miss Mystic daily, right? And I'm going to put into practice what she's preaching, right? That's making a commitment. So whatever we're doing, we need to make that commitment. It can even be I'm making the commitment to leave my job, to leave a relationship, to leave this station and go to a lower one, okay? I doubt if you're going to find a higher one, but, you know, there are them out there. But, and I'm talking frequency, I'm talking truth. I'm not talking knowledge. You know, there could be someone out there spewing, whatever the word is, all kinds of knowledge. Well, knowledge again is something from within, and everybody's knowledge is different. For me, I tell you that the moon is a space station. Another person sitting there doing astrology with the moon. Okay? Is he wrong? Am I right? It doesn't matter. Okay? I know the moon's a space station. I go there. I know it. I know everything about the moon. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and do astrology with the moon. Those days used to be way in the past. We did stuff with the moon, okay, when we were, whatever year that was, ancient times, Mayans, Aztecs, who knows, okay? Yeah, there was a time for the moon to be the moon, but the moon was hijacked. And I'm not going to sit here and play them games, okay? So we're going to continue on with the last thing from St. Michael is that your home is protected and you need to lean on God and the angels for more support because you're still worried about your home. You're still worried that you can't go somewhere or you can't leave your job or you can't leave your situation because of your home. Your home could be taken away in a second by Mother Nature. Then what would you do? Well, they want you to do something before that happens. Okay, so we're going to leave that there. Now we're going to come over here because I did pick a couple cards earlier. All right. And we have the most favorable card I can pull from the deck is the Sun with Justice. So this is my favorite deck. This is the Mage Tarot deck. We have the happiest card I can pull from the deck, the Sun and Justice. The yin and the yang, balance is being drawn out here. Now we have two queens underneath Justice. We have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Truth. So as I was saying before about it's only about love and it's only about truth, both queens, and then there's the Lover. And use your intuition, there's the High Priestess. It is a yes, there's the Ace of Pentacles again. Okay, so that was a mini read there. Then we have a new beginning for the Page of Pentacles. If you can be student-like and take that leap of faith, you have a new beginning coming. It's going to be journeying towards your Nine of Pentacles, but right now, you're not journeying. It's in reverse. So they're saying everything I said earlier is true with this reverse card. You're worried too much about your home. You're not being truthful enough about love, and you're not understanding that leaving the matrix is the key to your Nine of Pentacles. And there's my birdie Flem, and there's Steve. Okay, shout out to them. Then we have the wolf in sheep's clothing card that I was talking about, where I didn't like the wolf on the stick, but it's a victory card. Okay? It's my 9 of wands, but it's the Indian saying that they're not going to eat his sheep no more. And then we have the page of truth. So we have to put this truth into action. What's the truth that I'm talking about? Everything I just said about the matrix. Communication's coming in fast, and we need to have our headlights on. You know them things you wear on top of your head to see? Your headgear? This is my 5 of pentacles. My 5 of wands with my communication. So we've got to keep our eyes peeled when this communication comes in. Just like right now, when I'm telling you stuff, you see how he's looking at the moon and he's got his arms open, but he's flying. Everything I just said about the moon, right here, backed up. If you can see that deep, if you can go that deep. We're past astrology. Okay, so put your headlights on. And this is going to require strength. Another card about him handling the enemy. And it's going to require your magician skills. It's also another page, 3 pages. The page of truth, the student page, and this page here is the page of Q, the page of questing. Remember I tell you about she's got the bones here? You need to be looking into your past to find out who you were. And how does that relate to you today? How does all them Bible characters, stories, did you find out who you were yet in the Bible? What about all them statues they erected? Those statues are us. Those Bible stories are us. Why does stuff sound so familiar? Why do I feel like I've been here before? Because you have. Page of questing. Okay, then we're going to finish it up with badass success. 6 of wands, because you went within. By being the hermit and going within, what you're doing is you're getting rid of the 3 swords, because you've got a new perspective, the hanged man on things. You see that the 10 of swords was only part of your 2 of cups, which is your soul contract, getting you to your 9 of cups, which is your wishes and your desires. And what's your wishes and your desires? To celebrate being the emperor. 3 of cups with the emperor. So you have lots and lots of options. Don't be confused. Stay on the quest, the king of questing. Stay questing. So now it's just repeating itself again, and it's going back into the 4 of pentacles where he's sitting in space. So it's going right back into everything I just got done saying. Check into the realness of the world, not the matrix. Remember, we're finishing this movie, and you're going to love the way the movie ends. So hold tight, buckle up, buttercups. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.